Hello, my friends, and welcome to The Wolf and the Warrior. And today we are here to talk to you about YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and Snapchat and Gmail and Google and all those other things that are not even invented yet, but when you're watching this in 5 years probably will be. So, my question is, for the Wolf, what sort of attitude should we have about these things? And what have you specifically learned in your personal experience?
Well, first of all, I grew up as a Mennonite, and as a Mennonite, what we do with this is we throw it out. That's what we do. Because we believe this is evil, and nothing but evil is on this, on the phone and on the internet. But one thing I have learned in these last couple months, specifically in coming here to the Army of Youth Field Training School, I have learned about modern publishing. And modern publishing is all about publishing with this. That's what modern publishing is. Anciently, we would publish with, by pen, by mouth, by writing, whatever. But today, all the people are on their phones, on YouTube. And so today, we publish with our phones. We publish on YouTube, on Facebook, on all the social media platforms. But one thing I have learned is, if you're gonna do this, you have to discipline yourself. Why? Because first of all, there's some evil on it that you have to be careful. And also, not only is there evil, there's also, it can be very distracting, even when it comes to good things. And so one thing like today, whenever I get a buzz, I always have a tendency of, just looking at it, but I get distracted. And so one thing that I want you guys to know, publish your videos on YouTube, but do not let this distract you from your relationship with God. It's essential. So that's what I wanted to share. I want to encourage everyone to pick up your phone and follow Jesus. Publish on YouTube, on Facebook, be a witness, but just don't be distracted.
Amen. I want to comment some things on the subject.
All right.
So, I am not afraid to admit that I've been somewhat of a social media abuser at times. My favorites by far are YouTube and Reddit. And I recently decided to make a commitment to, until I turn, I am 27 years old now, until I turn 28, to not install the Reddit app on my phone. I may still use Reddit on my desktop or something like that, or on someone else's phone for a moment. But I determined in my purpose in my heart to abstain from that, because I am not so tempted by Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or Twitter or YouTube even. YouTube's the highest one, but it's nothing compared to Reddit. Or it's something compared to Reddit, but not quite on the level. But for those of you who might have these type of struggles or have children with these type of struggles, Google actually has a free application called Family Link. And Family Link lets one phone control other phones and their internet access, app access, and basically everything. You can set a bedtime, you can set a limited number of hours per day, and you can see, if you're the parent or the person controlling it, you can see exactly what someone is doing on their phone to great detail, to such a point where there is there's a lot to say when it comes to modern publishing and the consumption of modern publications. Anciently, it would have been hazardous to spend your whole day going throughout the streets and listening to all the different people speaking, which was common because that was modern publishing then. In the 1500s, 1600s, it could have been dangerous to go ahead and listen to speakers, but also to read the many, hundreds of thousands of publications that were published during that era. And you could be confused and there was not only good things written, there was lots of novels and things that started to be written more and more. And in the 1800s, one of my favorite authors cautions people about reading novels and fiction, because the fiction enthusiast, the novel fiction enthusiast, the fiction novel enthusiast of ages past is the binge watcher of the modern world. Like, in a modern sense, like, we binge watch a CB show, a season, 10 seasons of a show, and in the past it was so people would binge read 10, 15 books that were not really that edifying. And it's the same thing. Like, nothing new is under the sun, and we have the same Savior, the same Spirit is available to us, and we can choose to serve Him. We can choose to let Him work in us to will and to do of His good pleasure. So my appeal to you today is, if you need to have somebody as your, social media supervisor, check out Family Link. It's free. There's also comparable programs for your computer if you're a computer user. There's like accountability partners, things like that, that you can willingly volunteer to have someone have access to what you're using. There's even parental control blockers you can put on your computers and things. Not because you couldn't get past them if you wanted to, but just because they're a safe, safety precaution, like a personal choice to not use these things for evil. So I wanted to thank you for watching. I encourage you to subscribe to the Wolf's new channel. It is called The Wolf That Dwells with the Lamb. And subscribe to Willie Wolf, Michael Troyanowski, A Pilgrim Warrior, Enoch Leffingwell, Renelle LeBlanc. Hoping the Mouse gets himself a YouTube channel soon. You can search Bible Study with a Mouse to check out the Mouse's content. And pray for our YouTube channels. Pray for media ministry. Pray for modern publishing. Pray for all those people who are social media addicts. I thoroughly believe that the DSM-6, I think they're on the DSM-5, which is the diagnostics manual for diagnosing diseases and disorders. I thoroughly believe, recently they gave video gaming disorder, ended up in the DSM, one of them. And DSM-6 or 7, I expect there to be a lot of social media and technology associated addictions that were not in the previous versions. And we really need to pray for all those people who are suffering with those, in addition to suffering with alcohol, tobacco, pornography, sex, all these different things. And we can be a witness to them, and we can make modern publications through Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, to encourage people in this battle. So remember, the Bible is the armory where we may equip for the struggle. Fight the good fight of faith. Take the sword from its scabbard and wield it with a holy violence. Shalom, my friends.